Hi everyone, very good morning to all of you. My name is Jushmi and I will be taking a class on subject verb agreement today. So subject verb agreement is something which is very important for a smooth construction of grammar and sentences. So therefore, let's come and learn what it is all about. Just give me a moment till I start sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay. I hope the screen is visible to all of you. So now today we are going to learn about verbs and nouns that is a match that is made in heaven. Okay. So because without this, it's utterly impossible to construct any kind of sentence in English grammar. So let's go ahead and learn more about it. Okay. Now, the next thing that we are going to learn is, subject verb agreement. So these are the things we are going to learn today. Basically, we are going to learn about the basics. Also, we are going to learn about what is subject verb agreement. Then some of the common mistakes that we should be avoiding. Also, we are going to make, some kind of practice that will help you understand the concept even better. Also, we are going to learn about few of the advanced techniques. And finally, we are going to wrap up the class with a very important conclusion that we are going to learn and use it for any kind of English grammar concepts or constructing of any kind of grammar sentences. Okay, so let's go ahead and learn more about it. Okay, now let's understand what is subject verb agreement in a very basic way. Okay, so welcome to the class. And it might, when you actually hear this term subject verb agreement, it might sound very difficult for you, like what it is all about, and so many things. So now it's very important to understand that in a sentence, the subject that does the action is always should agree with the verb in number. That means in a sentence, if the what we can say subject is singular, the verb or the action word that you are using should also be singular. For example, he runs is correct, while he run is incorrect. Because in verb, when you add the s, it becomes singular, like runs is singular. Okay? And he, the subject is singular in the sense he is only one. So it will be runs. He run would be incorrect. Okay? So now let's understand why subject verb agreement is so important. Okay. So now what happens if you don't put the subject verb agreement in the correct order, there would be a lot of grammatical mistakes. Okay. So now what you have to do next is, let's read this and understand. So now subject verb agreement is fundamental rule of grammar that states the subject and the verb in a sentence must agree in number. Okay. In other words, if the subject is singular, the verb also must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb also should be plural. So there are a few examples. She runs is correct, but because the subject she is singular, and similarly the noun runs agree with it because both of them are singular in number. On the other hand, she run is incorrect because the verb she, the subject she is singular, but the verb run is plural. So you cannot put a singular subject with a plural verb. Okay, that's why it's wrong. Okay, proper subject verb agreement is essential for effective communication. It also has to ensure that your message is clear and easy to understand, and it shows that you have a very good grasp of English grammar. Okay, so it's very simple. What is subject verb agreement? Subject verb agreement is nothing, but always remember, when you put a singular subject in a sentence, the verb also should be singular. If the subject is plural in a sentence, the verb also needs to be plural. He runs. Okay, runs. Now there's something really tricky. In a verb, you have to add s to make it plural. So he writes a book. He is writing a book. She loves to read. They went there to play. Okay, such kind of sentences. Now, these are some of the common mistakes that we should be avoiding. Now, what are they? One common mistake people make with subject-verb agreement is forgetting to match the verb tense with the subject. For example, the dog barks. instead of the dog bark. Okay. To avoid this mistake, always double check the verb agrees with the subject. So how do you find it out? You have to double check it. Another mistake in using the wrong form of the verb for a particular subject, for instance, saying she has instead of she has. Okay, always, you have to say when there is a plural singular subject, has. She has. She has taken a nap. She has finished her food. And when the subject is plural, you have to use have. Okay, so always understand the verb based on the subject's name and number. According to that, if you use the verb with the, whether you have to, when you check that the subject is singular or plural, your subject verb agreement can never go wrong. Okay, now these are a few sentences that I have brought today to, just check how much we have learned. Now choose the correct form. The group of sentence is going on a field trip or are going on a field trip. The group of students are, yeah, because it's a plural, right? Now you need to identify the subject and verb in the following sentence. The cat chased the mouse through the garden. So which one is the subject and verb? Yes. So the subject is the cat. Chased is the verb. Okay. So now you have to rewrite the following sentence with correct subject verb agreement. Neither the teacher nor the students was happy or were happy with the test results. So the correct answer would be neither the teacher nor the students were happy with the test results because it's a plural. So you have to use were. Now always be remember, to keep practicing more so that you can get perfects. Okay, now a few of the advanced techniques. Okay. Now, dealing with compound subjects can be tricky when it comes to subject-verb agreement. In that case, it's important to identify the true subject of the sentence and make sure the verb agrees with it. Okay, so you have to find out whichever is the correct, what I can say, subject in a sentence so that you can put the verb according to it. Okay, now there's an example also. The dog and the cat play together. In this sentence, the subject is the dog and cat, a plural compound. So the correct form of the verb would be play. Since, there is a dog and a cat, they flew. Plural subjects are there. Yeah, so the noun will be, so the verb will be plural, play. Okay, something similar like this. And finally, for the conclusion, we can say that a subject-verb agreement is very, very crucial for you to understand and deliver effective communication. Okay. Also, by ensuring the subject and verb, in a sentence that agree, we can avoid a lot of mistakes and, some kind of grammar ambiguity. Now, all throughout this presentation, we have learned about the subject verb agreement. Basically, finally, let me, end this by saying that always remember to put your verb according to the subject in the sentence. If the subject is plural, the verb will be plural. If the subject is singular, the verb will be plural. Singular, the subject will be singular. Okay. So that was it from my side today. Hope you had learned about it, and I guess there should be no doubt from your side. Thank you so much, and bye-bye. Take care.